work, you hit the snooze button to quiet the blaring alarm clock and get an extra 5 or 10 minutes of sleep. After hitting the snooze button several times, 20 minutes have passed and you've overslept. Now you're forced to rapidly get dressed, grab breakfast, and rush out the door. Not only are you running late to work, but you also forgot to pack notes for a presentation you now have to wing. Overall, it's a bad situation. For years, politicians have known they must stop excessive government spending, which has resulted in 4 consecutive years of trillion-dollar deficits. Yet our elected officials chose to keep hitting the snooze button and avoid our nation's financial challenges a little longer. Politicians have hit the snooze button too many times. The debt ceiling, which limits the amount of money our government can borrow, has been raised 13 times since 2001. Debates on taxes and spending have resulted in numerous stopgap measures to temporarily extend tax cuts and fund the government for a limited amount of time. In fact, government funding will run out March 27th, thus bringing about the next major debate over the size and scope of government. What has neglecting to wake up and deal with the outrageous cost of government given us, besides over $16 trillion in national debt and a myriad of government programs to fund?
Whatever happened to the American dream?
Author Mark Taylor, bringing you analysis of the latest political issues.
Amongst partisan gridlock and financial turmoil, Congress passed and the President signed into law a provision known as sequestration. If representatives did not reach an agreement by March 1st, 2013, automatic, across-the-board spending cuts from the sequester would go into effect. Politicians essentially set an alarm intending to wake up and deal with the national debt. During the 2 years Congress was supposed to reach a debt deal, they kept hitting the snooze button. On March 1st, sequestration happened! According to the news, devastating, apocalyptic effects are set to ripple through our nation as a result of sequestration cuts. Airport security lines will lengthen, jobs will be lost, food will no longer be inspected, and national defense will be compromised, all because of $85 billion in spending cuts. Wait, government spends trillions. How could the loss of $85 billion have such significant effects on our economy? The sequestration fiasco has been overhyped. Sequestration cuts only curb the growth of government by 2.4% over the next 10 years. It's a dumb situation that could have been avoided. Thus, it deserves a dumb word. Sequapocalypse. Sequestration cuts are not prioritized and mostly affect the military, but at least government will spend a little less of our tax dollars. Real reforms to costly and inefficient government programs are desperately needed. The future of the American dream depends upon our commitment to make tough decisions now. If we allow politicians to keep hitting the snooze button, how much longer can we sustain current spending levels until alarms we can't ignore go off? To learn how to wake up Washington and save the American dream, get a copy of my book, Is the American Dream a Farce? And click on my previous video describing the Save Farce Grassroots movement